What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods, and it is another gorgeous afternoon. It is a lovely Friday, and Ethan, I am not late. I am right on the money. I'm right on time. But hey, welcome to the ModMyMods news update. Today we will talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and hopefully nothing depressing and upsetting. But we are all here. It is a wonderful afternoon again, and thank you everybody for being with me. Today we are actually going to do a new little segment. We are also going to feature a couple different little things, but nevertheless, we are going to talk about what's going on in the world, what's happening now, and some things that we've seen on the internet, as well as some interesting builds and all sorts of stuff. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Well, I was looking through Twitter today. I was looking at different things, and I actually, to be honest with you, saw this build that was created by WorksMod. That was in the Fractal Design case, and obviously Fractal Design ended up sharing this. But they did some pretty incredible looking stuff in here. I honestly, I haven't seen a distro like that before. That's pretty neat, and it looks like they used like a an alpha cool replacement reservoir tube in between the different plates there on the front. But I thought that was pretty neat. The other thing that I really liked was the back here. Obviously, you got a nice little cover for all the wires, but you also have this incredible cable management. It really looks pretty awesome. So big shout out to them. They did some pretty awesome stuff, and it looks really good. So good work. And again, that's what we kind of push for. Is we want to see what you guys can come up with, and the very neat and different ways that you can approach building different computers. So he apparently used two different reses. Oh yeah, he uses two reses between the custom made distro. And yes, Jessica, I would agree with you that cable management is uh-huh. Uh-huh. And to be honest with you, I think cable management can either make or break a build. And this one definitely big thumbs up to that. That's awesome. Good stuff. Speaking of cable management, and that is a fantastic segue. If you take a look at our good friend Zeromer 300, he actually has been working with Brain Tech Society and with Oris and Oracle Mods and Smart Southern Solutions, a good friend of ours. And they actually put together this incredible little build. The Yule Beast little bench that they have here. This is actually a computer. It's not fake. I promise. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there you go. That was before the graphics card was installed. But it's got this custom coat of paint on it, the custom feet for it, and all this custom wiring and everything like that. It is a ITX board that has been put on there with a crazy graphics card. Again, some really awesome work that they actually put together this build. But the best part about this build and this little they call it the Hydroris or Hydra Oris or however the hell you want to say it. But they put this together. You can actually win it. You could potentially have this yourself. Incredible, right? So I'll get to that in a second here, but they are giving away this actual PC, and it is pretty incredible to see what has come of this thing. I heard about it when they were talking about it at CES, and it is unbelievable. So if you have a second, make sure you go follow our friend Zeromer300, as well as Oracle Mods. He also helped out. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that he's putting together. He does some incredible work as well. Our good friends over at Oris, as you can see, they have quite a bit of following and have all sorts of stuff going on. And this is actually the post about the giveaway PC. That's it right there. The Hydroris, or Hydra Oris, whatever the hell you want to call it. You could potentially win it. So what you have to do is you have to go to the Instagram page and then click on their story. And it will bring you to the link here. You have to, well, on the PC, you just click swipe for more, but that is how you get to it. So make sure you give them a follow as well. Our good friend Tristan over at Smart Southern Solutions, he also does incredible stuff. And then I can't forget our buddy Brain Tech Society, run by our good friend Jonathan. Also, they basically have a collaboration with all sorts of different mods and people that are working on this stuff. They do incredible stuff. They really do. Between him and Jason and Tristan and Andre and all of them that have really put their hearts into this little build, you could win it. It's pretty cool, you know. And you want to make sure that you get in and you do the things that you need to through the Gleam link, and that's what it is. It's on Gleam. You go to the Gleam link, and here's how you can win. You got to follow these people, visit them, that type of stuff. But there's already almost 35,000 people that have entered this thing. So make sure you get in there. Obviously, 0 entries for us because, you know, we have a whole bunch of PCs. We don't want to steal the thunder from somebody else, but we need to give it to somebody that's actually really into it. And I think it would be awesome for whoever does win this thing to actually be able to enjoy this awesome little baby PC that would just be, sitting on your desk like a little desk trinket, but it's actually a PC. And it's no slouch of a PC either. Like, that's a powerhouse. The thing is awesome. So definitely look towards that. Make sure you follow them and do all that good stuff, and then you can enter to win. Who knows? Maybe you'll win a PC. Who knows? So that's the link on that. The other thing that I saw when I was looking through the net today was that Injustice, which is actually the fighting game where you have most of the DC characters. There's also a whole bunch of other characters that are on it, but it's mostly DC comics. It's actually free on Steam. You can just go down to add to your account, and boom, that's it. That's all you got to do. And imagine that. It's all yours. You can have it. Hey, Jason, speaking of you, I literally just talked about you 2 seconds ago, and it was about the Hydroris. So again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we just shared it and we just talked about it, but the man, the myth, the legend, Jason himself is also here. He's the one that pretty much orchestrated all of it, and again, with everybody else that contributed towards that build, you could win it, and it's really something to really kind of gasp at. So, but anyways, again, Injustice is free. You can just go and you just click add to account, and boom, you have it. It's mostly because they have Injustice 2 out. Wow, actually, let's go back to that photo real quick. Can I make this bigger? Look at that. That looks like a fitting and water cooling going through there. Isn't that cool? Anyways, you can get that on Steam. It's actually a pretty fun game. Some of the combos and stuff, and obviously the graphics look pretty awesome because, well, it's on PC and you can really crank it up and do some fun things with that. So make sure you go take a look at that and get a free game. Everybody likes free games. Speaking of which, Steam is going to have their summer sale. It is in 6 days, supposedly. So June 25th until I think the 31st is when they're going to be doing their Steam summer sale. So you'll be able to get all sorts of really good games on sale. They're actually doing the Steam Game Summer Festival right now. FIFA 2021. All right. Anyways, we'll just skip past that. Steam game the game festival is actually happening right now, so you can take a look at that. You can get some games at a reasonable discounted price. However, the summer sale is coming up. It's 6 days. If you can hold out, definitely hold out because you'll get some incredible deals on what is coming up. Speaking of products and incredible stuff, let's start the new segment. The next segment, which is Little Products 101. So today we were actually working. Whoa, why is that doing that? Oh, because I have both cameras. Haha. Let's change that. There we go. That's better. You don't need to see the desk. You don't want to see that. You want to see my face, right? I don't know. Anyways, we were working on a customer's PC. I say a customer, actually, more like a really good friend of ours over at JNCS. And yes, Ethan, that's what I'm getting to is the last couple pages here. But what ended up happening, well, actually, let's start it off first here. The mod water is actually still available. We are still doing the BOGO for the mod water, but the BOGO is only going to last until close to the end of the month. So if you want 2 coolants of our own custom-made stuff that's made right here in the good state of New York, one might beg to differ if it's a good state or not. But in Rochester, New York, which is an awesome little city, little town, make sure you can pick up this stuff at a reasonable price. Again, it is custom made. It's made right here in New York. We've actually spent a lot of time and effort to make this really good coolant for you guys, and it's actually pretty cheap. So basically, if you want to get in on the BOGO stuff, all you got to do is add 2 of these to your cart, and then type in the promo code coolant when you go to checkout. And what it will do is it will take the price off of one of them. You'll get one. You'll get technically 2 bottles for the price of one. So that's what BOGO is, right? So um, the other thing that I was kind of getting at is that with this products 101 little segment here, obviously the mod water that's made here and that we've actually really figured out and dialed in pretty good. The mod water itself actually looks really good. However, sometimes you might have to replace it, or you might want to upgrade, or you might want to change some parts and some fittings. Now, I need to preface it with that this mod water is specifically designed to use with copper stuff or copper nickel plated or something like that. It's not designed for aluminum. However, we do have the ability to make custom stuff that if you are using aluminum inside of your loop, we can make a custom set for you. That's not a big deal. However, this particular coolant that is right off the shelf here that we've made here is specifically designed for copper and nickel plated type of stuff. So that being said, I wanted to share some of the photos and some of the stuff that we were actually working on. This is the customer build that we were putting together. Well, customer build. Our buddy Ethan over at JNCS, who has trusted us to basically fix all of the things that were wrong. And honestly, nothing was really wrong with it to begin with. But it was mostly that he had soft tubing in there, and he had a mix match of different fittings and stuff like that. And the reservoir on the bottom was a little wonky, and the way that it was set up wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but he had like a pump stuffed in the bottom. So we got rid of all that and we fixed it. And then obviously Brony, with his magical abilities, was able to tube this up and make it look really awesome. Now, if you can ignore the soft tube here, we were obviously pressure testing it, and it didn't really work very well. As you can see, it's at 0, so that's not so great. However, the coolant that was inside of there was an old. It was like a mixed version of UV red, our UV red, but it had some other stuff in it as well. So, bleh, not good, right? So today on Products 101, I want to talk about cleaning out a system and making it better and ready for new coolant, right? So if you're going to clean out a system and you have it's pretty much already set up and good to go, and you basically just need to prep it for the next coolant that's going to go in it. What you can do is if you go to our website and go to the liquid, and then go to liquid accessories, we should probably rename it to something else, but I guess I understand why it's liquid accessories because of the fill bottles and the funnels and stuff like that. But the main point is that we are going to use Blitz Basic Part 2. The difference between Blitz Kit Part 1, Blitz Kit Part 2 is that Blitz Kit Part 1 is specifically designed for radiators and is not meant to be used when you are using like in the whole loop. So you think that, oh, well, I'll just hook everything up and then I'll run part 1 and then run part 2. No, hell no, don't do that. Part 1 is for radiators only. That is it. And the actual instructions that tell you on how to actually do it, you basically are going to mix the parts together. It comes with obviously the solution that's here. But basically it's going to tear off any of the nastiness that's inside of the radiator and get it super clean. That way, when you put new fluid in there, or when you run the part 2 through it, it will actually be like a super clean radiator. Because obviously, when they're putting these together, there's going to be little metal bits that are left over. If there's welding on it and that type of stuff, you're going to have little flakes and extra pieces in there that you definitely do not want. Now, part 1 is only for radiators, but only for copper radiators or brass. Capper? Well, there's a spelling error. Anyways, Copper radiators only. Do not use them on aluminum. You will not have any more zinc that's left inside of there. As pretty much the problem with aluminum radiators. They coat them. They coat them with a zinc coating on the inside so they don't deteriorate over time. However, with the coolant that we use and the antibacterial inhibitors and that type of stuff that's inside of that fluid, that will actually rip it apart. So again, do not use this on aluminum radiators. However, you can use it on a copper radiator. Again, you mix it up into what we typically use is like a gallon jug of distilled water, or we actually use the mod water, ultra pure water, to mix this together. And then you use a certain mix ratio. That's why it actually comes with the tiny little cup. The cup is actually a measurement cup. And I'm pretty sure it's a 25. What is it here? Yeah, mix part 1 deionized water to a ratio of 250 to 75. Yeah, or sorry, 250 milliliters to 750 milliliters to make exactly 1 liter of fluid. But that one bottle is actually going to be more than enough than you need. And basically what you do is you mix that all up, you put it in the radiator, you swash it around quite a bit, and then you leave it for a while so it can actually work. And then you drain it out and you refill it with just straight deionized water or the pure water or distilled water, and just keep rinse, rinse, rinse. So that's what part 1 is. Part 1 is just for the radiators. I highly recommend it, especially if it's a brand new radiator and it hasn't been cleaned out or anything like that. Definitely worth doing it. Now, back to the actual part 2. Now, obviously, as you can see on the website, you have part 1, radiators, which is over here, part 2, which is on the opposite side, and then you actually have the kit that has both 1 and 2 in it together. I recommend if it's the first time you're doing it, do part 1, or do the kit that has part 1 and part 2 in it. That way you can clean your radiators, set that aside, and then do the part 2 all together. So part 2 is actually your full system cleaner, right? So what it's basically used to do is once you've cleaned out your radiators and everything, you've got everything tubed up, everything looks all nice, then you go ahead and you use this part 2 cleaner. And again, it's just like the other one, except for this one is 100 milliliters to, where's the mix ratio? Sorry, 25 milliliters to 975 milliliters of water. So this is going to take a little bit longer to do. I mean, both of them take a while. Don't expect to be able to put part 1 in your radiators and be like, okay, yeah, I'm done in like a couple hours. No, it's more like 6 to 12 hours. So you're going to spend a day cleaning your rads. Then you're going to put them back in your system, and then you're going to spend another day or so cleaning your full loop, right? That's the theoretical way that you're supposed to clean it all out. So the part 2, again, is for all of the system. So once everything's put together, your radiators are set together, all of the other things are hooked up, you don't have any leaks, you've pressure tested the system, everything's good to go, you're going to be running this part 2 cleaner through the system. And the reason that I wanted to bring this up is because, well, when we were doing this build here, as you can see, there's residual red fluid in there. We changed all the fittings, we changed all the tubing. The block had to come out and get cleaned. If you saw the post of the pump top, that's actually the black pump top that's on the bottom there. That was all disgusting. That was cleaned as well. And the reason that it got disgusting is because you had a mix match of parts, and some of the parts that we were using, if I remember this correctly, monsoon fittings have a different coating on them. It is I don't think they're aluminum, but they're coated with something else. And what happens is that over time, that something else breaks down. I thought it was like silver plating. Maybe it's aluminum with silver plating. I don't remember what it is, but basically those monsoon fittings will break down over time, especially with fluid that has the antimicrobacterial properties in it, right? So that's what happened with this build. And basically what we did is we tried to empty it out. We retubed everything as much as we could. And then when we pressurized it to make sure that it wasn't going to leak, obviously some red fluid came out. And there was some trapped up in the radiator, and obviously that's not necessarily good when you're trying to flush out all of the fluid and everything like that. Distilled water and the ultra pure and stuff like that is only going to get you so far when it comes to getting all of the fluid out. Because again, this system was contaminated at one point in time, and now we're going to try and fix that, obviously by changing all of the fittings out, changing out all of the tubing, changing out the fluid as well, but you have to clean it as well. That's like the final step before you put in your main fluid. Um, so we got everything squared away, and this is pretty much actually what it turned into now. And it's in the stage 1 of cleaning. And I say stage 1 because this is pretty much the initial fill of the part 2 that was obviously filled up with our handy dandy fill bottle here. But as you can see, it's got this disgusting, like, pinkish white color, and there's a boatload of foam in the reservoir. Now, that is okay. That's perfectly okay. That's fine. The reason being is because what's happening is it's actually going through, and the fluid, the part 2, is actually got suds and not soap, but something similar to a soapy property. So it is going to create foam, especially when you're using a D5 pump. So using a blitz kit and making sure that everything is tidied and good to go and nice and tight before you actually go ahead and put this in a system. As you can see, it's nice, it's white, it's milky, it's disgusting, but that's just the beginning parts of it, and yeah, okay, let me check the chat because I was bad. I was bad about this. I didn't check the chat. I just started going on. But again, everybody, thank you for joining me. Dave is telling me, yes, Blitz Kit. Absolutely, totally worth the effort. And he said this stuff is magic. I was amazed at the funk and all of the stuff that, yeah, even in a new loop, you will be amazed at how dirty everything is and how clean it actually becomes. So, that's actually the part that we're at now. We're in the stage of getting everything clean. This is the first like 3 hours. I'm actually going to take another photo and post it later tonight about how, the 1, 2, and 3 type of photo of before, middle, and end of this actually being cleaned out completely. Because again, this block was disgusting. It has obviously some leftover fluid and all that, but once all of the part 2 has been taken care of, and you've been cleaning it and you've flushed it out, I can't. It says flush it out 3 times. I flush it out as many times as I deem necessary until basically I don't see any more bubbles or fluid or anything that looks even kind of hinky in there. I'd prefer to be safe than sorry. Again, it says that you can do it up to 3 times. I would do it more like 5 or 6 just because I like to be safe. I like to stay on the side of caution. But again, it's going to look funky. It's not going to look right. It's going to look like disgusting chalk and nasty gray crap. And again, it's supposed to. It's cleaning out everything. So as long as you flush it all out and you're able to, spend the time that it actually takes to make it work the way that it's supposed to, this will make everything a million times better for when you actually put in your final fluid. So that is pretty much it when it comes to the Blitz kits and the 2 different versions. Let's see here. Did you Blitz one? Or did you do the part 1 for the radiators? No, because they were already cleaned out once already. And using part 1 is really only for the first time you're cleaning the whole system, or maybe when you first get your radiators and stuff like that. You don't want to be using Blitz 1 over and over and over, because you will eventually just kill the inside of the radiators. You don't want to do that. But make sure that you're using the goggles, because this shit is horrid to your skin, to your eyes, to everything. It is not good. So make sure that if you're using it, make sure you use your goggles, make sure you use the gloves, and be careful with it, because it's not healthy stuff for humans. Don't drink that shit. It's bad news. But in in aid of that, we have the fill bottle that you can get from ModMyMods. Is relatively cheap. That's also made here actually in Rochester, which is pretty cool. Same with the fill funnels as well. So that is it for the Products 101 page. Again, if you would and you guys are local here to Rochester, check out JNCS. They are doing a lot of really good stuff. They also have the ability to get you hardware. Their website might be from 1995, but then again, they still do quite a bit of stuff. Ethan, again, has trusted us in making this actually happen. So, and again, these guys have always helped us out with a whole bunch of different stuff. And hey, look at that. There's an AMD 3990X with all sorts of craziness that you could purchase, and they will build for you. And they will also maintain it as well, which is kind of cool. So make sure you give them a shout and a follow. But that is it for the Products 101. The next thing I wanted to actually ask you guys is, well, I wanted to ask you, how's your day going? How's your day going? I'll show you how mine's been going. So I went to go put my belt on. I was like, all right, cool, great. And then I bent over to put my shoes on, and well, there's my belt. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Anyways, so that was my day, and it wasn't so great. However, this thing in the garbage, get it out of here. But I do want to ask your opinion about something. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a new segment. It's cool. A little new segment called Big Kevin's Brainstorm. And you're not really supposed to look at my arm or the things that are going on here. But what I wanted to talk to you about is two different things. First, we are going to potentially carry new products. And I wanted to unbox some of them here with you guys to see what you thought about us carrying these, and if you guys thought that we would want to actually carry them so you could buy them, right? Because I don't want to just buy all of these for no reason and then you guys not want to actually see them. So we started looking at Iceman stuff, which is Iceman cooler stuff. And the first thing out of the box I wanted to show you was this actual it is a flow meter, which is kind of cool. I wanted to show you some of the sample products that we got from them because some of them are pretty neat, actually. Supposedly that's supposed to be glass. I'm going to put it up to the mic here. Maybe you can hear me tapping on it here. But it's supposedly glass. It doesn't exactly sound like glass, but I don't know. I thought the flow meter design and the way that it looked was pretty cool. It's a little bit different than some of the other ones. It has like a nice, I don't know, brushed look kind of around the edges of it. It's got this nice little chrome ring. It comes in, I think there's an acetal version as well. But I don't know. I was kind of interested in it, and I mean, I don't know if I like the Ice Baby logo on the top of it here, but it didn't look too bad. So I thought that was kind of neat. Again, that's a product that we're experimenting with. We're not exactly sure if we're going to. Well, it helps if you put it back in the box the right way, silly. So I'm not entirely sure if we're going to actually carry it or not. I don't know if you guys are interested in something like this, or if you're interested in some of the other Iceman products that we have, or that we might carry here. But again, drop me a message, reply in the chat here, and maybe we'll get you something here that's Iceman. The next thing that I have here is actually the Iceman block, the water block here. And I thought it was kind of neat. I'm not really sure how I feel about these, but I think it's kind of cool that you can set the distance of it, right? So there's like close, medium, and far, and it actually has the label. I don't think you can see that on the. So it actually tells you. So like if you have 775, you just slide it all the way up into the center, and then you would mount that on the back of the motherboard here. The block itself actually looks kind of neat. I was very surprised in the quality of the finish of the metal. Again, I have no idea. Come on out. I have no idea how these things actually perform. But as you can see, they're super shiny. I mean, that's my grody fingerprints all over it. So hold on, let me give it a good old belly rub here. There we go, nice and shiny for you. So I'm not really sure how I feel about the blocks. I think they're kind of cool looking. I'd be interested to take this apart and actually see what it looks like on the inside and the flow plate and stuff like that. But again, this is just some experimental stuff that we're looking at carrying potentially, depending on if you guys want it or not. Yes, there is an AM4 variant. I do know that. This one again is the shiny version of the Intel block. They do have again an AMD version as well. The brackets actually are pretty sturdy. It's not like they're gonna fall apart. This bracket actually is quite thick too. I was surprised at how thick it actually is. That's a thick one. She ain't fat, bro. She's just a little thick, right? So well, that's got to go in there too. So again, this one is the full nickel. They do make an acrylic version. I don't really care for the acrylic version, but we do have that also in the shop. Maybe I'll show that to you next week on Tuesday. And then last but not least, I thought this looked really nice. It's heavy, and I'll give you an example. It made the whole camera jump. This thing is, I mean, it gets you get some reps in while you're putting your water cooling together. But this is actually a dual D5 pump top, and it looks kind of nice. You got your D5 brackets here. Pull this out. This looks super flimsy, but supposedly it's actually relatively hard to bend. I mean, I'm putting a pretty good amount of force on that to bend it. But this is the dual pump top, which I thought looked pretty gnarly. Here, let me get this box out of the way. Love the look of it. I don't normally like chrome, but I'm curious to see the insides. Yeah, me too. That's kind of why I think maybe next week we'll tear these out of the packaging a little bit more, and maybe we'll take one apart. But this one, again, got my grody fingers all over it, but look how shiny that is. Ooh, it's shiny. You can even see you can see the cameras and everything. That's how freaking shiny this is. Let's give it a belly rub here. Yeah. Yeah. The quality on it is pretty good. Again, you could probably polish this to make it even better. But I'm a fan. I'm very surprised that I'm a fan because I really don't like chrome very much. But that looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm a fan. It does have an in and out port on the front here. It is dual D5, and then it has an out port. I think it has an in port on the side too. No, okay, so you only have one in port, right? Yep, only one in port, but you have two out ports. Obviously, you're only going to be using one at a time. Obviously, you're going to want to wipe this off because you could dust for fingerprints and easily get a good one off of this for me. Again, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. It does come with its own O-rings for it. They are the ugly clear ones, but again, because it's solid and you're not going to see through it or anything like that, I think it's going to look pretty neat. With 2D5s, I think it looked pretty sweet. But let's see what the back looks like with the bracket on there. So there you go. That's one bracket. And there's two brackets. So that's what it would look like. And, again, it's hard to tell, obviously, with the webcam and the other cameras and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's super shiny. It does look pretty neat. Obviously, there's my fingerprints all over it. It has the Iceman logo on it on the top here. But I thought that was a pretty neat little product. I don't know. Again, these are all experiments and these are all samples. We haven't really committed to anything just yet. Again, we're kind of I'm hoping for your feedback. That's what I want. I want to know what you guys would actually want and or would purchase because again, I think it's cool, but I have one. and I can play with it and just put it in a build if I want to. However, you know, it's not necessarily up to me. I want to see what you guys actually are interested in and would be considered in buying. Because again, we're trying to move up in the game. We're trying to offer more products to you guys, and basically offer as much support and service as we can with the products that we actually do know of and that we work with. So, you know, we kind of pride ourselves on being able to know what we're touching and playing with rather than just saying, "Oh yeah, it works with everything," when it doesn't. You know, that's kind of one of our big things. We stride ourselves on customer service and really want to know what you guys think. So, this is a dual D5 pumped up. They have them in DDC. They have them in, I think, not just DDC and D5. They also have this available in black and in an acrylic clear version. I'd be kind of interested to see the clear version. But again, it's kind of what you guys want and what you guys think would be the nicest. So, that is the full nickel version. And I thought that was pretty neat. So, last but not least on today's show, I have some fantastic, awesome stuff that showed up from EKWB. That's a pretty cool little quantum velocity block, isn't it? Wouldn't it be even cooler if it was like a custom one, maybe? Like a like a like a really custom one? I don't know. Maybe by like some dude that's always in our chat and constantly bugs me on an everyday basis, but I love him to death. Maybe. So here it is. Here it comes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh no, there's the mounting hardware. Are you sure you're ready? Give you a little Oh no. All right. Yeah. All right. Fine. Here it is. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so beautiful. Would you just look at that? It screams America. It probably bleeds Ingle tears. That's what it is. Ooh, see, I haven't even opened it yet, guys. We're gonna open it together. There it is. Please make sure you remove before use. Don't be a noob. Look at that. Oh man, I can hear the fireworks going off and the guns being cocked and the eagles screaming from sky to sky. Look at that guy. That is fantastic. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff. Again, they actually have a few of these blocks still available. I think there's only a couple available left. Because they were actually finishing up. Ooh, it's dirty now. I gotta clean it. Give it a belly rub. There we go, nice and clean again. So they only had a couple left, I know that, and I know that they were getting rid of them relatively quickly. So if you want one, the cool part about this is they are a little bit more pricey than the regular blocks because what they are doing is that they're donating part of the cost to our good friend Shellback Tech Travis and his awesome I can't remember, non-for-profit charity that he's got going that actually donates all sorts of crazy builds to disabled veterans, to first responders, to all sorts of different and awesome people. So if you buy one of these, you're actually donating to an incredible cause that is awesome. They're running at about 100 left. Should be a nice 4th of July gift as well. You know what? I couldn't have said that better myself. Again, these are limited edition. There was only 200 actually made. I have one of them. I know our buddy Dave Moffat has one of them. They are very limited and select and running out quickly. So make sure you get your hands on one of these. We are going to be probably putting together, I say probably, no, we definitely are going to be putting together a full America build. I'm going to try and, that's actually what I want to do. That's my thought. So let me bring you up here. That is what I want to put together as a new build. I know I just revamped mine with the 4790K and stuff like that, and it doesn't look terrible, but you know, obviously some new hardware would be fantastic. Maybe some new maybe a 2080 and stuff like that to support the new monitor and whatnot. But I'm thinking a full America build straight with this block here. I'm thinking like hydro dipped outside, stars and stripes, red, white, and blue, the whole 9 yards. But mostly to feature this awesome block. Again, if you guys are interested in getting one of these, you got to hurry up. EK is running out of them. You can find them on the EK website. Again, they come for Intel and for AMD. It doesn't necessarily matter. It does come with the RGB. And for some reason, my camera decided to focus on my lovely Corsair pillow and my ridiculously ancient Panasonic record player in the background. However, I'm still here. But again, you can get one, ekwaterblocks.com. I think it's .com. I'm pretty sure it's .com. I don't think it's .net, but either way, you'll be donating to an incredible cause. Our good friend Travis over at Shellback Tech, he has some incredible work going on. And obviously, even though it's free to the people that are receiving it, it's not always free to, well, A, ship them, and B, to do all the work and everything like that. So support a great cause, support an American, and support some other great fellow or chap or lady that is going to get an incredible build from our good friend at Shellback Tech. So that is it for today. I actually want to ask you guys in the chat, what do you guys think about these Iceman blocks and the D5 pump and stuff like that? If you guys like it, let me know. Obviously, I want to know what the feedback is. If you think it's chinky and not so great, or if you like it and you think that people would buy it, if you think it's a brand that we should carry, if there's specific products that you're looking to get, that type of thing. Let me know. Keep me posted. Again, I'm trying to gauge what you guys want. Obviously we know what we like, but we want to know what you guys like too. And what it comes down to is that we're trying to give back to our customers in giving you the ability to help us expand by getting something that you like as well. Again, Iceman is just one of the many brands that we've been considering. Obviously we're trying to figure out a couple different brands and a couple different ideas. We also will probably be carrying some Zadex stuff in the future. That is, obviously to be set in stone. But once I have some more samples and some more information from them, I will obviously keep you guys posted. But like I said, let me know. Let me know what you think. I would be more than happy to talk to you via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, whatever you guys want. Shoot me an email. That's fine too. It's Kevin at ModMyMods. Whatever you guys want, I'm here for you. And I'd be happy to talk about it and feature it and get your feedback about it too. So, other than that, that is all I have for today and today's ModMyMods news update. It is a hot Friday. I am sweating like a dog in here, and I need to go flush out that PC that you saw earlier because it takes like 6 to 12 hours for it to clean out, and then you got to flush it like 8 million times. So, what are you going to do? Other than that, have a wonderful afternoon. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.